All right, ready to get started? Share my screen and jump right in. Today is January 25th, guys. Man, oh man, oh man, is all I can say. And it's turning out to be a really good month so far. So let's dive in and get some inspiration today. Number one, as we wind down the first month of the year, God, I remember 2020 started, then 2021 was a blur. 22, January is already gone. Just keep moving forward. Don't give up. Big goals get big results. No goals gets no results or somebody else's results. We're going to talk about that in a minute. When something is important enough, you do it, even if the odds are not in your favor. Kuma talked about his run yesterday morning, right? Successful men and women keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. That's the key, right? You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Ooh, interesting. And number 5, problems are challenges to creative minds. Without problems, there would be little reason to think at all. Interesting. All right, here we go. Look at this, guys. Well, I'm just going to read the slides. June will be our 30th anniversary at Century 21. I'm feeling pretty old right now. Active listings, we had 117 this time last week. We're down to 102. We've taken 45 listings so far this month, and only 15 are still for sale. That's crazy. 66% of our listings sold in the month they were listed. Sales, 139 so far this month, damn good. Closings, 53. Pending to close, we have 128 contracts set to close by the end of this month. 63, I feel like a friggin' broken record, are going to close on the last day of the month. You guys are nuts. That just creates so much stress on everybody. We got an insurance guy in the room. Does it create stress on the last day of the month for you? Yeah. The surveyor? Yeah. The title company? Yeah. The lender? Yeah. You're just creating stress all over the place. And then hangovers, pendings that are past closing, we have 20 that are out of contract. And it drives me crazy. I told Angelique last night, just start canceling them. I didn't want to think about them. They'll be a surprise if they do close, but I'm counting on these things to run the business. And it's just wrong to have 20 contracts that are past closing date. Tiffany, do you have a word for us today? Is she in the room with you, Chris?
No, I'm still out of office until tomorrow.
Quarantining?
Yes, I did. So I promise today I won't pass out on camera either. So yes, we're just going to remind everyone we're still backed up on lien searches. So if you have a rush, let me know as soon as you get your contract executed. That is going to be a rush, and I'll make sure that the girls know when we put it in for you.
What is the challenge with the delays on lien searches?
It's just the counties. They're just not getting them back. I'm assuming, and that's just an assumption, that they are behind for the same reasons that we've, had to miss days between COVID and them not being staffed correctly. They're just way behind.
Okay. Good things to know. So remember that, guys.
Yep. And the next class we're going to have in February is going to be hosted by Chris LaChance, and he's going to go over the fan agent app. So if you guys don't have that app, you're going to want to, get on here. Even if you do, you'll want to make sure that you know how to use it properly and make sure that you're on that class.
That guy knows that app like nobody's business.
Yes. In and out.
Cool. All right, Sean, I'm going to lead into you with a story. So I said this too, I think I said it yesterday, but I'm looking at a commercial building to buy because we need some office space. And it's an old 1960s building, and it needs to be totally gutted. And it's a project, but I ran the rents forecasting what I believe they'll be. And it makes sense to put an offer in around $400,000 for it, right? And then I called and got an insurance quote for flood insurance on this building. And the flood insurance came back. It's a new policy because current owner doesn't have any. And FEMA came back with a $4,600 quote for flood insurance on this building. That's $400 a month. That's a car payment, right? And I said, screw FEMA, get me a third party quote. Third-party quote came in at $16,000 a year. So your third-party insurers are not always cheaper. They mitigate their risk. And this building is across the street from the river, so it's in a flood zone and it's really close. And chances are it will flood, right? But $4,000 a month dropped my asking price, my offered price from 400 grand to 300 grand to make the numbers work. So Sean, you and I talked the other day. I want you to tell us how you can help us. I mean, my mission is when we get a listing in a flood zone, I think we need to get a quote up front so the seller's educated of what the buyer is going to find out. So tell us how you can help us with that and give us a little pitch about your company.
Yeah, sure. So, well, we here at Goosehead, we have, it's a nationwide company, and I have a franchise here in Lakeland, Florida. And anyway, we have a team of service members that go into our systems, and all of the carriers that I have appointments with, whether it's flood or homeowners, we have a living and breathing document that shows all of the updates with each carrier. So like what's excluded, it's called the carrier comparison tool. So it allows us to compare each homeowner's insurance carrier along with every flood insurance carrier that we carry. And what we can do is look at the property, do some research to find out some history on the property, and we can provide quotes to you guys before you're even, showing the client or even talking to the client about it. So I do have a couple slides if you wanted me to share with you guys. Is that all right?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. No, but first I want to thank you guys for allowing me to join you. It's a pleasure to get to meet you guys and have the opportunity to just share a little bit about, my vision and my agency. It's fairly new. I started last year, but my focus is, helping, realtors, lenders, title companies. The idea is to, set the expectation with a client before they get to the closing table on what their premiums are going to be. And you guys know, I don't know if you guys have kept up with it, but I'm sure you have. The insurance, program in Florida is changing dramatically. It is a mess. And so keeping up with all the changes and, what you're eligible for, what you're not eligible for, what the premiums are going to be, the hikes in the premiums, it's a lot to keep up with. But the good news is we have tools and resources in place that will keep me up to speed completely and allow me to, set the right expectations with clients. And so anyway, I include on my first slide, I'll give you guys a copy of this, but my contact information, my email. But I did want to just talk through what, how our system works and what a partnership would look like if you were to, reach out to me and lean on me for support with quotes or binders or whatever else you needed. So I'm appointed with 45 different carriers throughout the state, 26 being homeowners carriers. And, we write flood, power sports, homeowners, all of those personal lines. And we have a quoting system that this is just a screenshot of my Salesforce that I use. When I put a client's information in, and I don't need a whole lot, I really need, birth date, name. I don't even have to have it. I could put a bogus name in there just to get out a quote so we can get an idea. But what it'll do is it'll pull up all the carriers that are showing eligible for that property. And I go into the one that's better suited for the client. And then I go in and tweak whatever I can. And what I have access to is permitting. So I can look at recent updates, things like that. And I can get a pretty accurate quote for you guys without, we have to run insurance score. I mean, if we have a client that has, multiple claims, or we have a big loss history, or there's some, challenges with the insurance score, that may adjust the premium a little bit. But anyway, we have a pretty solid quoting system. I have quotes out within an hour. So if you email me with the address and with, minimal client information, if you have it, I can have a quote back to you within an hour. And usually what I'll do is I'll find the carrier that's going to be best suited, and I'll do like a good, better, and best scenario. You guys can see this is an example of what I've sent, one of my loan partners that I work with here in Lakeland, a mortgage firm is one of them. And what we do is they'll ask me for a quote, and I'll find the best carrier. And then within that carrier, I'll do a good, better, best scenario based on changes in the premium, whether we exclude replacement cost on personal property or limited water or whatever it is. I'll give them some options with that. So that way they have, a little more of an idea of, what's available to them.
Hey, Sean, can you go back to that last slide?
Sure.
You really have quotes from $700 a year to $4,700?
Yeah, we do.
Holy
It's-
cow.
I
And
know.
4 vendors said, I don't even want to do this loan.
That's right. Yeah. But here, this is a good example of understanding what carriers do what. And, you know,
So
you don't
why would I just automatically take American, whatever that is, the $700 quote?
Yeah, you know, one thing I'll do is, you know, I'll look at American Integrity and I'll, you know, expand that a little bit, give them some different options within that, but I'll also let them know what the next step is. Now, this is a pretty dramatic difference. That's $400 difference in premium. So I know American Integrity, what their company is about. Now, whenever I get the client on the phone, I'll explain to them, you know, that they're an A-rated carrier, and here's some reasons why American Integrity is better. But sometimes Edison will be better. You know, maybe Edison is a better company, and so maybe the $400, I'll share that with the client and say, you know, the premium's a little bit different going to Edison, but here's what Edison can offer you versus what American Integrity can. So, and I do all this research ahead of time. I make sure I have all my ducks in a row before I speak to the client, or for you guys as well. I'll make sure to go through my due diligence, you know, before I give you the information on the property. So.
Nice.
Yeah. So, you know, really that's my biggest thing. I came from the wireless industry. I spent 20 years with T-Mobile. You know, my family is growing. I got 4 kids. And so had an opportunity to take a severance with them and start my own business. And so I did last year, and things are going well. And, you know, I kind of got into this game at the wrong time because insurance business is really challenging for a lot. But to me, I've sat across the table with a lot of executives in my career, and, you know, and I know what it's like to have to work hard for things. And I'm a big believer in setting the right expectations and, you know, answering quickly and getting things turned around quickly. I don't think it's, we got some background noise, but anyway, that's all I have for you guys. If you guys have any questions for me, I wanted to keep it brief. Sorry if I went over a little bit.
We had one quick question. Lauren asks, what's your cell number? Is it the call or the text fax number?
Oh, this one. Oh, I got some background. Pretty good.
That's Joe.
This is my mobile number. You can reach me on. The other line is for clients that we use. So, like, when a client has a policy with me, they can call that number, and we have a service department that it'll give them an option for service or to contact me. And so this is the one you can directly contact me with.
Cool. Nice job.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity. I look forward to working with you. Call me, you know, when you need to. You can email me an address and I'll give you guys a quote on it anytime you need it. So just let me know.
All right. Thank you, Sean. You're welcome to stay or go, whatever you like.
If you don't mind, I'll hang out for a little while, if that's okay.
Works for me. All right. So now, you know, we have a manager meeting on every Monday, and we discuss what to do with our agents. And there's 115 people online right now, which is pretty impressive. And at yesterday's meeting, we decided that, well, it's a follow-up really from Jeff and Mike's class yesterday morning, where we were stressing the fact that follow-up is key. And one of the things Jeff said yesterday was that there's really no need for any more real estate agents, because everybody who's in a house now bought it from an agent. And if that agent followed up, they would probably do business with that agent again. So we don't need any new ones. But the fact of the matter is there are thousands and thousands of more agents coming in, and they're going to be attacking your past clients in your sphere of influence because you know the same people. So it's more incumbent now upon you than ever before to maintain contact with your past clients and your sphere of influence to make sure you're top of mind when real estate is brought up. Because if you're not doing it, somebody else is. And then we talked as a management group and said, who's doing a really good job at this? And we just randomly identified 3 people. So who wants to go first? Chris, why don't you call on Kalani first? I'll stop my share.
Yeah, come on up here. Tap that top button so the orange light turns green. Good, perfect. So Kalani Heyman, for those of you who do not know her personally, you hear us talking about her regularly on a lot of the sales meetings and other meetings because of the consistency that she puts in. So Joe, you need to mute. You have a lot of feedback every time you unmute. So she comes from a teacher's background. So how long were you a teacher for?
20 years.
20 years a teacher, and then got into this business. And within the first 2 years, For those of you who aren't aware, at 6 months through 2021, Kalani was the #1 agent in this office in her basically her second full year as a realtor coming out of a teacher's career. And by the end of the year was in the top 5. So, and that's a testament to her ability to connect, communicate with her sphere, with her social media. And I'm gonna throw you under the bus for a second, but not in a bad way. So we had a conversation and she had a lead that was not a sphere of influence lead. That was not somebody that she already connected, communicated with, liked her, knew her, and trust her. And I had to remind her that, hey, the follow-up that you're doing with this person is going to be different than the follow-up you do with your sphere, because that's what normal real estate people have to do. They have to find a way to connect with people before they start their normal follow-up game. So she had to do things a little bit different, but she's always looking to adapt and work through that. And she used her skills to connect with that person who hadn't replied to her in 2 months, and she got her back in, and she's going and looking at brand new homes within that week. So it's just a testament to her ability to reach out, to connect. So go ahead, tell us a little bit about what you do to stay connected with your sphere and with your social media so that you can always stay top of mind.
So that's just it. Is I do stay connected a lot on social media. I am fortunate to have a great sphere and following of supporters and of real people and real estate. And I keep putting myself out there, and it's that whole top of mind game, because if I'm not doing it, someone else is going to do it, and they're going to go to that other person. And I'm just fortunate enough where they see me enough out there, and they come to me. And I'll ask people a lot of how did you find me or what, and they say, oh, I thought of you immediately. A lot of people say that. So I love having those real estate conversations with people. And it's really just relationship building and making those connections and letting them know that you're in this business. And so that when they think of me, they think selling, or they think real estate, or they think home buying. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to promote and help my business succeed and help me gain new clients. And I really took it to heart years ago when we were doing the next level. And Jeff was talking about creating raving fans. So I've kind of made that my mantra of, you're not a client, you're an opportunity for me to create a raving fan. So when I approached every client that way and was able to create that, the majority of my business now is personal referral and word of mouth. And I make it a point to let people know that that's the highest compliment you can ever give to me and my business, is to refer a friend, because no one wants to lose face or lose value with their friends, and especially their family members, to me. And so I let them know that they're in good hands. I'll take, they're going to be my VIP, and I'm going to take great care of them.
Cool. I had a pet peeve I gave managers yesterday, that when you hear from somebody, you don't really know their background. So I just want to spill the beans here. So Kalani started with us in November of 2018, part-time, and had to get started in real estate and then quit her job. So first full year was 2019. So this is year 3. Last year, she closed 24 transactions for over $350,000 in gross commission. So that's, Crystal, I'm doing this for you because you said like to the background of the people, right? So that's a 3-year career from 0 to hero. I mean, Kalani, you're making more money than most doctors make, right? In 3rd year, a lot more than being a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. No, I was going to let you off the hook, but if you got something else to say it.
No, it's just funny because I didn't know those exact stats until I looked them up last night, because I figured I better know my numbers, because Chris always harps on me because I don't pay attention to my numbers. I put my head down and I work. And at one point I'll start tracking myself.
Well, let me ask a quick question. How do you maintain that top of mind? Do you schedule the times that you're on social media, your follow-up calls, text? Do you have a scheduled time every week, every month? Like, how do you try to stay on top of that?
Keywords, try my best. I just have taskers in my head of every day. I am not good at scheduling and prioritizing my time that way, but I do make it a task to complete. And I really just don't end my work day until those tasks are complete. I do believe that success leaves clues, and we have so many great examples here in our company of success, I really just try to follow the model, you know, with Andy Simmons and the powerhouse that she is. And what I always take from her is she runs her real estate career like a business, where she has that structured time and those priorities and those set schedules. And then, you know, people like our Wolf, who she does a great job on social media too. And so putting content out there, and then also taking great personal care of her clients, and really just providing that whole real estate experience versus a real estate transaction. And then people like Kim Hodgkins, who that consummate professional. So I really just try to take little pieces of success from others in our company, because I mean, at Beggins here, we're really like, we're stacked with them. We're loaded with them. I think that we're so fortunate that we have all of those models to follow.
Yep, and are always accessible. I mean, you ask any one of those people she mentioned, they'd be more than happy to sit down with a coffee, a lunch, or anything at all, just to kind of pick their brain.
Absolutely. All right, next up, thank you very much, Kalani. It's nice to have you share and be so open with us.
Thank you.
I'm looking at Dahlia. Oh, I forgot to look. One thing I got to check real quick for your start date, which I have right here. So Dahlia is the top agent in the office. She started with us in March of 2019. So you're getting a little lesson here that it takes a couple years to get going. March of 2019. Oh, we can't hear you. You sound like Minnie Mouse.
Oh,
Nope. There's a squeakiness coming out of your speaker. Can you switch your microphones? Click on the sound, the caret next to the mute button, and you should see which microphone you're using. Oh, we really want to do. Oh, thank you, Joy. Daly actually started in September of 2017, but she switched offices, and that started her start date again. So 4-year career. But Dalia, very close. 35 transactions. Yeah, all I can tell you. If you click on the microphone, the caret symbol next to the mute button, it'll pop up a sound menu. And if you have more than one microphone, you can choose another one because something's not working in your system. Brian suggested signing out and rejoining.
Yeah, why don't you leave the meeting and then come back in, and I'll look for your name to pop back up, see if I can get you back on screen.
Okay. So 35 closings, opened $370,000 in commission and closed $285,000.
and she
Absolutely.
has an incredible background. Delia, for those of you that don't know her, was a former college level professor of English. She speaks Italian, Russian, and English. Her key to success is consummate professional follow-up. She follows up on every little detail. New home construction, she's there in the pre-inspections. She's there for every step of the way. And that has made her a step above the average agent. She really goes above and beyond client service. And when she gets back in, we can talk more.
She might have to restart Zoom or her computer. Oh, there she is. Good. Let's see.
She's back in.
Delia, you should be able to start your video.
Yeah, how about now?
There you go. Awesome.
Hey, good. Sorry about that. No idea what happened. Yeah. Yeah, this is my 5th year, and I just can say that when we moved to Florida, I didn't know anybody, just nobody at all. You know, that was my first year. So first year I didn't do much in terms of closings, but I went to all the training sessions that I could find, everything that Century 21 was offering, everything that I liked that was our, not MLS, it's our association of real estate agents was offering. So that was very useful. Right now, I'm thinking that was so smart of me to go to everything.
I
And
remember, Delia. I remember we were in LA, I think it was. And I didn't even know you were at the convention. And you came up and tapped me on the shoulders. Hi, I work for you. And you
Yeah.
just went all on your own. You and your husband were there and you just took it upon yourself to be a sponge. And you took advantage, like you said, of the border realtors, of Century 21, and of our studies. And
just everything, right? Yeah. And social media. Yes, I do have pages in LinkedIn and Instagram, but my thing is Facebook. My kids sometimes laugh at me, Mom, why is your Facebook always open? And I said, this is my second job. Just everything I can think of is on my Facebook page. So I have a professional page on Facebook, but this is not something that I promote because people are not looking for real estate agents through Facebook pages. They will go to a group and ask, hey, I'm looking for a real estate agent. And then there is like a list of who people have worked with, who they recommend, and my name is always there. I recently had a man call me saying, hey, Delia, my name is this and that, and I looked on Facebook and every page says that you are the best agent in Florida. Well, I said, okay, thank you. I don't know about that, but I can help you and we'll see. So for me, Facebook is my right hand, yeah. I post everything. I have 3 dogs, so everything about dogs and recipes and anything that can be interesting to anyone, doesn't matter who is looking through my page, if the person is looking. Recently, again, I had a message from a woman saying, Delia, your comments are always so kind and interesting. When we move to Florida, I will only work with you. I didn't even know that she was my follower. So this is my thing.
that's impressive. And that's a result of you opened 44 contract sides last year, for $371,000 in commission. And you closed 35 transactions, 3 a month on average, for $286,000. So you got a big pending log coming to 2022. Are you going to do anything new in 2022? Or are you going to just keep doing the same thing?
I will keep doing the same thing. Maybe I'm just thinking, but I just don't have time for that. Maybe I will be a little bit more active on Instagram, because when I have time, I do that. But usually I don't have time. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it at some point.
Now, are you used to earning over $200,000 a year?
I like it, but I don't know. I don't know what will happen this year. We will see.
Yeah, but in your past careers, were you used to making that kind of money, or is this a new
No,
venture?
never. I actually felt a little bit bad. I will be frank with you, that something that I used to do all my life and that I loved because I was a university professor. I love it. But I never made this much money in my life before.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Empower, educate, and encourage. Thank you very much.
Thank
Is
you.
Andrea with us now?
Yes, she's
Andrea,
she's on screen. She should be able to start her video.
start video and turn on microphone. There she is. So Andrea joined us in August of 2018. This year, she opened 29 and a half transactions, and she's closed 18 transactions. And so to open 29 and a half and close 18, you've got a nice pipeline. And all of a sudden this year, you kind of just took off. So what's your key?
Wait, let me
Thomas?
speak.
Yeah, you got it.
So I want to say, if you were to look for a word that describes Andrea, it would be relentless. This woman, she was living in Lakeland, and she was traveling, it's about 30, 35, 40 minutes a day to the Brandon office to really just zone in on how to work Zap. And I mean, questions after questions after questions until she got it. Very determined woman. And like you said, she started August 1st of 2018. 2019 was a little struggle. And then 2020, she took off. She almost hit Ruby in that year and a half in 2020. And then last year, she had some personal things that she had to take care of, but she still hit a 6-figure income. So the 2 years out of the 3 years that she's been here, well, she's going on 4th year, she has hit over 100 grand. So I believe that one of the things that has really made her very successful is she uses the tools that we provide for her, and she has mastered them. And her follow-up is impeccable. And I believe that is what made her so successful. So great job, Andrea. I'm very proud of you. So I'm passing the mic to you.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Craig. So yes, when I moved here from the north, basically knew nobody. A large volume of my business is lead generated. So again, when that comes through, we're taught to communicate in the way that, they're communicating to us, but we don't know because we're getting a phone call. So when that lead comes in, the back office puts it into our Zap with the email, but automatically I do send a text message out attaching my business card. And I also send the mobile app introducing myself. And I just keep just doing that over again. It's a process. And then again, when they come up, it's again the same exact way. It's a email, it's a text message, and I just keep calling, things like that. If they don't, they're Spear generated or myself, I use the reminder in the Zap constantly, reminding myself because we have a large volume and we get busy and we don't know. So definitely using the reminder and just keeping that process going to the point where I'm coaching now with Thomas, trying to pull myself away from the follow-up and prospect. So pushing that out there, but I just love the follow-up, and I'll keep doing it until basically they say, could you please take me off your list? And I don't take it personal at all. I never take it personal because we are offering a service. And if they don't want a service, not everyone we connect with, that's okay. And I just say, okay, thank you. And if you need any assistance in the future, let me know, save my number. So again, that's how I do things, and just keeping that follow up. And even my closed clients now that I closed, last year, I call them and just, hey, how you doing? Just constantly following up, because again, my business, my clients to me are like family. I'm very personal with them and they are part of me. So I keep connected with all of them as much as I can.
That's awesome. I've got a little saying that one of the things of the future is, you've done a really good job mastering incoming business, right? Like from the relocation department.
Mhm.
And you've really created a great relationship with Prime Street, because I see your name come across all the time. So my new thing for the future is, I call it kissing the ass of the app, right? You've got to follow up the app. And when you do, it likes you. And so your proven follow-up has generated you more opportunities because the app knows that you're going to stay in touch and you're going to tell them what you're doing. So you've done a very good job at that too.
Oh, I do. When I get the text messages and they answer you, like the lead will come through and then I say, thank you. And they're like, oh, you're welcome. And I'm like, wow, they really answered me. So, they're just waiting for it. So, but no, thank you. Like I said, being new to the South, a lot lead generating, and thank you. I take advantage of all of that and just work it till you can't work it no more,
There you go.
If I could add one thing, I told Andrea this, and I'll just tell the rest of the team that, Andrea had some really personal things that she had going on with her mom, moving her here and from home. And obviously, sometimes there's distractions, yes? So, but what she accomplished in the last quarter is amazing. $108,000 in 3 months is just wow. And I told Andrea this, I said, if you can keep that same passion, that same passion and that same zeal, you will be a Centurion agent this year. So, it's 320 grand. You got this, Andrea. Just keep doing what you're doing. No pressure.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Learn more to earn more. I just got on Facebook and it does feel like another job. And Lauren said, that's why Andrea is my accountability partner with follow-up. There you go. Nice teamwork. All right. Thank you, ladies. Gentlemen, I need you all to step up a little bit because these women are out producing the heck out of you. So, all right, let's go back to our agenda real quick. Thank you. My cheat sheet there. Sorry. All right. 3 agents doing amazing things. Great job to all of you. Operation Shore Up Home Base. I'm just going to say it again, probably for this whole quarter. Goal number 1. Remember that one of the quotes earlier said, if you don't set a goal, so somebody gets to do somebody else's. So take that for what you want. Acknowledge and eliminate all bad debt this quarter. Great goal to have, right? And you can see, look at the income some of these ladies were making. I bet they're not sitting on debt right now. Number 2, secure 6 months worth of living expenses in cash. And you might want to consider buying some Bitcoin while it's so low right now. That's not advice, sorry. But wouldn't that be great if all of you could just have no debt, no credit card debt, no student loans, no bad debt, and a bunch of cash you can sit down and relax a little bit. All right, check the inbox. Show 2021 rankings. Okay, I didn't have that pulled up, did I? I'm gonna come back to that. The PPP of our top 25%. Where's my mouse? You ready for this one? I'm going to show you. All right, let's see. I'm sharing, right? All right, so what I do every year is I quartile the group. And the top quartile, and this is for the South Shore offices, there are 33 agents in the top quartile. And then the second quartile is 33 people, and the third quartile is 33 people, and the fourth quartile has 33 people. And so the way it works, and it's 60% of the business in the South Shore offices comes from the top 30 agents. And then 21% comes to the next quartile, and then 8% comes to the last quartile, and the bottom quartile doesn't really contribute that much. So the goal for the management team is to take the people of the fourth quartile and get them producing into the third quartile. Take the third quartile, get them producing to the second quartile, and take the second quartiles and get them into the top quartiles, right? And just to put it out there, and this is what I want to show today, per person production of the entire group would be 993 transactions and divide by 186 people. It's 5.3, which isn't that impressive, right? But look at all the zeros on the list. For whatever reason, that is something like topic today. But if you look at the per person production of the top quartile, it averages 25.76 deals. That makes me happy, right? Because that's a group of people that are really outproducing the industry. The average realtor in the country is doing 4 transactions a year. And that'll even go down more now because there's so many new licensees coming in. But that was South Shore. Beaches, average transaction, 18 deals per person. Still stellar production. Sarasota Longboat Key, 19 deals per person. Awesome. Brandon, 22 deals in the top quartile per person. Impressive. And then South Tampa, 25.2. Wow. Average agent in the top quartile, 25.2 transactions. Super, super, super impressive. So I wanted to share that because that's something to brag about right there. Timed out versus rejected. I'm telling you, we generate a lot of leads. That's my second to last slide. Oh my, yeah. You got to get better at doing this, guys. You have to at least say, I don't want it, rather than ignoring it. When the app gives you a lead and you just don't even reject it, accept it or reject it. Don't let it time out. It's going to hurt you. These algorithms, the artificial intelligence, these are all things that are becoming more and more and more prevalent. And I've pleased 6 out of 25 were answered, rejected. The other 17, 18, 19 were just timed out. That's a reverse statement. It's 6 were rejected, 19 timed out. In case you missed it, I just want to know, we're putting out some really good content. Angelique sends out an email. In case you missed it, a recorded class of everything we did last week. So that is in your inbox. I want to remind you, we send out the tax deductions. It's tax time now. Your 1099 should be in your mailbox soon. And I want you to recall Chantel Hoffman. I'm shivering now. Sent a list of 2021 tax deductions for you to consider. Ribbon launch. We had a conference call with Ribbon yesterday. What a cool company. And I'll tell you, these are not disruption people. These are allies of ours. And Ribbon has whitelisted a product for us. And what Ribbon is basically is they're your rich uncle. So when you got a poor buyer, I think it was Adam who texted me last night that said, I wrote 5 offers this week and only 1 got accepted. Right? It's just tough out there, and it's not going to get any easier from the signs that we're seeing now. So basically what Ribbon is your rich uncle. So you submit an offer for your buyer with their own financing, and you add a ribbon addendum, and the addendum basically says, hey, I'm a rich uncle. If these kids can't get a loan, I guarantee I'll do it for you. What a cool thing. They call it an insurance policy to make sure they close. So on February 3rd, next Thursday, we're going to have a Ribbon training class. So you guys will be aware of the tools available to you. 121 is coming up March 23rd to 26th. Did you reserve your pass and book your room? If you're master's and above, we provide a pass for you. So you got to let us know if you're going so we can make sure you don't have passes. Relocation, repeat, assume there's a 24-month protection period on all leads because we're getting bit sometimes. When you take a lead from an external source, it generally comes with a 24-month timeout period, which means if they buy something else again from you in the first 24 months, you got to pay a referral fee again. Welcome to our new teammates. And we've got 3 this week. We've got Sarasota team. Kat, why don't you introduce George?
George comes to us as a broker and with a tremendous background in commercial as well as residential. Looking forward to seeing him grow with us. And he's got a pretty amazing background. He's done a lot of high-end commercial deals involving gaming and other industries. And he's considered one of the best in his field from where he's from.
Very nice. Welcome, George, who's not online. And then we've got Edith Onga.
Edith comes to us. She is actually a native to Africa, just around the Cameroon area, and her family is over here in the States now, and she's looking to make a difference for her family and friends back in that country and to make a better life for her and her family here. Really inspiring story. So we're really looking forward to getting her going and giving her that opportunity to really make a difference.
Nice. We should have her be on the meeting too. And then we have Caitlin to the Madeira Beach office.
Caitlin's new to us. She lives right in Madeira Beach, right behind John's Pass. And she's new to the business, has a great attitude, great energy, and is going to do extremely well. We're excited to have her on the team. And she jumped right on in. She was at the John's Pass Seafood Festival this weekend, meeting people, making things happen. So we're happy to have Caitlin on board.
Now we got to teach her to get on the meetings too. All 3 of our new agents are not on the meeting. Interesting. Okay, then we've got a sample Moxie buyer presentation. I just want to remind you, these things are just really cool. So we did a class, Jimmy and I did a class last Thursday on Moxie. And I'll tell you what, guys, take my word for it. You got more competition now than ever before. And your image is determined by your medium, what you're presenting. So these tools are designed for you. And we took it upon ourselves, not me, but to make these basic presentations for you. So I just want to show you, take a quick second. We did a class and Jimmy sent this email to me. I'm just going to open it. Just so you contacted me at the grocery store, you met me through a lead source, whatever it was. Your first follow-up could be something like this. Here's a buyer presentation. It's already made for you. Oh, no. What did I do, Jimmy?
There may be another link in your email you could click.
This is the email. View buyer presentation. Oh, well. You all got an email. Jimmy sent it to you too, so we'll just have to stick with that one for now. I was going to show the rankings, so it did stay up good. State, Florida, let's go to national companies. This is all available to you guys if you want any marketing materials. The final numbers for 2021 AGC for all companies in the state and nation. The report says, I didn't time me out, damn it. Boy, we're having technical challenges today, aren't we? My mouse. Let's do a refresh and see what happens. There we go. All right, there we are. Number 15 in the US, Beggins Enterprises, $25 million. Look at the competition. This guy's really pissed. Central and Legacy, they did 24,928. We did 25,090,090. So by, what is the difference? 90,000. And so for $150,000 difference, they lost their rankings in the top 15. But that's us right there. And then when you go to, why are you doing that now? I give up. You got the concept. You can go to 21 Online, click on rankings, and you'll see all that stuff. There we go. So 2 failed attempts. Sorry about that. Oh, Chris sent this to me last night. I thought it was just kind of cute. So Allure Realty, there's a couple of agents that used to work for us, and they got hosted to a Netflix show and on selling Tampa Bay. And they act like these big shots. And I went and looked them up, and they had 12 closed transactions last year. I just want to put it out there. So not everything you see on reality TV is reality, just so you know. Save the date, April 8th will be our Q2 kickoff. We're planning some really cool stuff for that. So save the date for that one. And that'll also be our National Award Celebration Party for that. Florida 21, the convention for the state of Florida for Century 21 is going to be July 25th through the 27th. And it's going to be at the in Kissimmee at the
Gaylord Palms.
Gaylord Palms, where the Ice Palace is. So that's a cool resort. If you haven't been there, it really is a cool resort. I want you to stay in touch with the Moxie's things coming out this week, or this month. And then the 2022 award criteria has been released, and here it is. So what Century 21 did is they took the national average real estate from Realtor NAR, and whatever the market does, it changes the award criteria. So if units go up, our unit requirement for the award goes up. If volume goes up, the volume requirement goes up. So 2021, to get into the Path to Centurion, the Master's Ruby level, was 149,000. It's going to be 165,000 this year, right? And that's fair because the prices went up 20-something%. So the award criteria should go up as well. And when it falls, it'll fall too. So there's your numbers, 34 units and 165 in gross commission to get into Masters. Centurion this year is 320,000 as opposed to 288,000. So don't be mad about that. That's because the average price of a house you're selling is going up. So you're making more money. So maybe kind of going backwards to do it the other way. Brr. All right, so there it is. There's your target, 165 to get started on the Path to Centurion. And then leads this week, strong 257 leads coming through. You can see the lead sources right there. Bob Pascarilla, happy birthday, my friend, tomorrow, along with Deborah Beard tomorrow, and Eileen Mason tomorrow, and Margaret Whitty tomorrow, and Dina Almozayan on tomorrow. And then Kelly Foreman's birthday is on the 27th. Ruby Tran is on the 29th, and Tiffany O'Neill from Sun City is on the 31st of this month. So that's a happy birthday. Jeff, you got any words for us today?
Just let's go have the best week we can have. That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Take advantage of it. It's not going to last forever.
No, it's not. Cool. Any parting words from any of the management team? No. Sean, thank you for a nice presentation today. Dahlia, Andrea, and Kalani, thank you for giving your inspiration today. Reality shows tend not to be real. That show gives us a bad name. Yep, a bunch of drama. Is ribbon better than knock? There's no such thing as better. They're both good and they're both different. Attend the training. And Ben tomorrow, what does that mean?
Birthday, I think.
Oh, Ben DeBrock's birthday is tomorrow. That's right. That's on my calendar. Very cool. One more check of the chat. Thank you. Okay. Well, my last slide says the end. Happy Tuesday, guys. Thank you, Sean.